What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat here for a Let's Build of a 6x6 interior. What do you think about it? You like it? I sure don't. Let's do it right, all right? And today we're going to build with holly. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go to the terrain blocks and get a 6x6 surface area block. We have two of them. And here's one. This is your fat chunky one, and then you have your skinny one. And I'm going to use the skinny one. They're basically just going to be used as a frame of reference or something to stand on, really. So I'm going to go up a little bit like I always do in builds, and I'm going to theme it to something that's not grass. We can change it later. It doesn't matter. I just don't want to do an inside that has some outside looking thing to it. So let's say we do. All right, so I'm going to do a banquet hall, a small dining room. Let's put it that way. So a dining room. Let's use this tile. Maybe we can change it to something later on if we see fit. But anyway, first things first is we're going to go to Simple Toys, and any of these things that don't look right when we're done, we can always retheme it. But the first thing we're going to do for this particular build is use this vaulted platform, and for some reason my voice just squeaked, and we're going to theme this to take your pick. Again, if we don't like it, we can always change it. I'm going to theme it to that. And notice how I have it up one block. And let's get in here and see if this is adequate. I think so. Now, right at the moment, you might be thinking, how in the world are you going to do a dining hall with this? Well, hold your horses and we will get to that. But first, a message from our sponsor. Just kidding. All right, so I'm going to no, all right, hold on. If you notice, if we put these in here like that, you're not going to see the seam, and we could hide the seam probably by putting a short floor or small floor in here like that. But the thing is, why use two pieces when we can use one piece, right? So we're going to use path creators since we're going to use Simple Toys for the majority of this. I don't like using path creators, but when you're not using mods, you really don't have any other choice. Okay, so I want the top of this to be flush with this, so I'm going to go down that many. And we're going to do this 4 times. If you're playing on PC and this is monotonous for you, I feel your pain. That's why I've done my best to get rid of a lot of the collision, but not all the collision, because some of it I don't know how to, in the, with the Brown Bat mod. But this isn't Brown Bat mod, is it? Nope. All right, so auto start off on each one of these. Properties off for auto start. And today we are actually doing an easy one. Later on, I might do one that'll make you throw your controller. But not today, because I only have one working controller. No, I'm debating on whether I should do the complex one at all, because it can be done. It's just once you put a ceiling on something, it's hard to maneuver. But if you've seen some of my other Let's Builds, with Castlevania. We run out of space really quick without the mod, and what happens is, well, I had to keep stopping, right? So that was the story for the last few years. So I figure maybe if we build things smaller, we will circumvent that problem. All right, so now this, right? We need to get this in here, right? Like this, right? So what this is going to do is allow us to maintain the visual of the vault ceiling, but give us a little bit of extra space because the area from the arch is going to provide us, or the area the arch block is going to provide us. So what we're going to do, each one of these is going to get stuck in here. But here's the thing, these cannot connect to a path. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this out of the way. All right, then we're going to disconnect these. We're not going to delete anything. We're just going to disconnect these, get these out of there. You can always put these back. Okay, and then take this, get these in there. Like so. Oh. Just don't delete those tall blocks. You can move them wherever you want because you're going to plug them back in. And then we need, actually we need some trigger areas. Of course I have it in the favorites, but it is in the, if you go to don't go to unfiltered, go to Game Maker. You'll find it in the game setup toys. But I'm sure you already know that. You've been playing this game forever, right? Anyway, I've always contemplated on building smaller rooms in the outside. Oops. Contemplated it, but never went and did it. All right, so with the trigger area, what I'm doing is I'm just putting this in partial, like this, these blocks. What that's doing, you might not even need these, but I'm just being a perfectionist right now. What that's doing is taking a block that's 3 long, right, and turning it into 4. So you got a half plus a half sticking out. Half and a half is what? 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. And this is 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. And good, right? And I didn't get this one yet. All right, and then these are going to hook into under here. So if you want, and any unneeded parts can be deleted at the end, but this just gives it the full face of the 6x6, and it fills this up, right? All right, so now let's reconnect these to their designated paths. Oh, guess what? We don't want to do that, though. No, we don't. Absolutely not. We're not going to use these. What are we going to use? We are going to use pillar blocks. Okay, for this. I just remembered. So guess what? We don't need to put these on a path because these aren't going into the floor. So the floor is going to come up. So let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. And yeah, I think I royally messed up. I messed up. I think. Maybe I didn't. Did I? I don't know. Let's bring this floor up. So since we have these trigger areas, I did mess up. Ah, I need to put these on paths. All right, let's get rid of all this. Oh man. Oh man. This is why I don't. This is why I haven't done Let's Builds without mods in forever, because this is always a thing. All right, so we definitely have to put those corners back in with path creators. All right, pop that back up, because that'll go through these, but it won't go through the other blocks. And I'm going to start over because I'm pretty sure I messed up. I have to go to my original one and look at it, because I think it's too short. There, you see right there? It's 2 pillars. I didn't have to bring anything down. It's 2 pillars tall. Right there, you see the 2 pillars on top of the arch, on top of the vaulted platform. Right? That's what we're going for. Of course, it looks like somebody threw up a paint bucket here. So let's never look at this again. All right. No, just save it. Load. New toy box. All right, refreshed and ready. Let's do this right this time. Some people are like, oh yes, I remember that brown bat when he used to just flaunt the way that he just totally builds like garbage. I love it. And some people are like, cringe, I can't watch. Brown bat, please stop. Oh, shush. Don't you know? Voices carry. Shut up now. Okay, let's theme it to what we're using. Dungeon. At least for now. Get the vaulted platform. Bring that up 2. Then get your arch blocks. Get it. All right, now get your stuff. Now put it in and do it right this time. Oh my goodness. What would we do without you? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Now just start putting these down. There is a trick. Since I'm putting a bunch of these down, at least we don't have to waste time with everything. I'm going to get a replayer. All right, we're not gonna get up there. I mean, you can if you know how to do it. I'm just out of practice with Quora. Boba, take me home, Boba Fett. All right, hit record. I said hit record, and then get your trigger area, because we're going to just dump a bunch of these in here. 8 of them. At least for now. Boom. That'll at least save time. Do not clear it. Just hit stop. All right? Now get our tall pieces. All right, we're doing the same thing we did before. We're turning these into a 4 length instead of a 3 length. Like that. Boom, got it. And got it. Okay. Oh, I didn't have to do that. Oh, what I'm looking for is this. Just hit clear. Now, done. Now, if you play back after you clear, the trigger areas lose their property to merge things. So keep that in mind. And just a time saver so you don't have to keep doing that over and over again. All right, so now 2 of these. 2 of these. 2 of these. 2 of these. Okay, let's get in here. Oh, no. All right. That's the problem with building like that. It always takes you on top of the roof. Or into the smallest crack. The game's AI will always find the most annoying place to spawn you. Not always, but All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the small floor, we're going to put it right here like that. It's almost unnoticeable, but it does give you a tiny bit of extra detail like in real life. Okay, so now what are we going to do? What are we going to do now? We are going to go into the interior. There is something that we do want to do. Not in this build. Not in this build. All right, so we're building a banquet hall, so we're going to need some decorations. So we're going to get the blue door. Not in decorations. We're going to get the blue door from the game maker. Go up 3 and find the blue door. There we go. And then we're going to stick this up on top. And then we're going to get up here. Oh, set the properties. Properties. Destination. And I'm going to go import toy box, and I'm just going to pick another toy box that I have that I know that has that door in it already, or that interior level in it already. And what I'm going to do now, you see it says delete or back. It doesn't give you another option, does it? But there is another option. If you know you have another toy box with a sub level, go to that toy box, right? Hover over it from import. Do not import the toy box. See, there's 2 buttons that are missing. Now with the Xbox, you're missing the A and the Y. What you want to do, because you're not going to import it, and you want to import an interior. Now you can say new interior, but I already have this set up, which I've already done tutorials on in the past, so I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to hit the Y button. What? Now I can select the world. Isn't that something that it's not in the menu, but it's there to do? All right, so now I have it. All right. And I'm going to not go in there yet. I'm going to save my game. I'm just going to save it as toy box. Now, we don't really have to worry about anything unless it crashes. That's the thing. If it freezes and crashes, as Disney Infinity has bugs that do that from time to time. Not all the time, but every now and again. And then you don't want to redo the progress, as I've already done it twice already. So I'm going to go in here. And it's already hooked up. You're going to have to look through the tutorial on how I did that on the channel. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's there. All right. No. What you want to do once you have the setup. All right, here's a rundown of this. So if people don't say, I don't know. And yeah, I get it. I have 1,000 videos on my channel. And if I don't know where it is, how do I expect you to know where it is? All right, so when you go into the interior, you already have a door. All right, so what you want to do is you put this Brave pressure plate or the Kiln pressure plate. Either one's going to work, and then you're going to go Logic connection, and you're going to say activated, and then you're going to do that, and you're going to connect it to that door. That's all you have to do, and as soon as you step on here, hit your select button. Boom. That's it. That's it. I know I did it fast, but I've done that tips and tricks tutorial so many times. All right, so now we're here. Oh, there we are. I was like, where is the build? Build's right here. All right. So because we hit select, when we go into select, we have the toy box menu here. And what I'm looking for, first off, probably should get a replayer. So fortunately for us, the interior has a replayer. And I normally don't do it this way, but just in case something goes awry, we're going to trust the replayer, which generally can't be trusted all the time, but keep our fingers crossed in case we have to. I'm going to hit record on that. All right. And I am looking for tables and cabinets. So I'm going to use the Dwarf's Kitchen table. I'm going to plop that right in the middle. Right in the middle of this toy box, right like that. Okay, then I'm going to go into settings and beds, or seating and beds, and I'm going to find regular chair. It's called the Ruby chair. All right, so now we have a problem. The problem is I can't put the chairs up here, can I? No. So let's try and see if we can break the bounder or break the barrier with the trigger area. Some toys it works for, sometimes some toys it don't. Let's try it. It does not. All right, so now I'm going to back that up a bit. What we're going to do, we're going to get 3 chairs on each side. Okay? I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit clear. Come back. Oh, guess what? I had the tables, or the chairs, in the wrong spot. On the recorder. Replayer, whatever. Playback. Alright, what I'm going to do, delete the table. Alright? Why am I deleting the table? Because those chairs... I needed the chairs to line up, but the table should come back if I hit play. If it doesn't, then this is over. See, it came back. All right, so I'm going to hit record again. Probably should have put those other chairs on it, but hindsight. Hit record in order to get those other chairs out of there permanently. Out of there. And out of there. Alright, now we can hit stop on the replayer. Hopefully we won't need you again, but we might. Alright, I'm going to nix this. Alright, so now we're going to have another problem. We need to go to electronics. And we are going to, let's say this is the back of the room. We are going to need these somewhere. So I'm going to have 4 of these lamps. 1, 2, they're not going to be set in here, but we have to move some stuff out of the way in order to get these in. So that's that for those. Then let's go to, we want rugs. We want to go to rugs. And there's only a few of these that I trust. You can use this blue one. How do you want to use it? I'm trying to get this even Steven so it's symmetrical. And it won't line up in the middle of the floor the way I was trying to do it. All right, but that'll work. You can also use this. This works good. Or you don't have to use a rug. I'm just choosing to use a rug. All right, so, and if I don't like it, I might be able to come back and change it. All right, so I want accent and decor. And once we find it, we'll use it. And I'm looking for the pipe organ. Because this banquet hall, or this dining room, is having a pipe organ in it. All right, and that's going to set right up here. But I can't do anything with it because, why? Because of the arch block is in our way. So, can we put trigger area in here? Oh, guess what? I used the wrong one. I used the trigger area from the regular toys. Well, now we have to go back into the interior. I used the wrong one, so now I have to get the right one. And as long as we don't have path creators at the moment, we shouldn't have any glitches. As path creators like to glitch out, I think. Alright, so that's not even. We'll take care of the carpet later, I think. All right, so what I need, since I already have this trigger area in place, go back to accent and decor and see if this works. It does. Good. Okay, so now we can put this in, and maybe we don't want it to go that far back, but regardless, we know that it goes inside here, which is cool. All right, so I'm gonna, for now, I'm gonna set it right there. Then I'm going to get another chair. I'm gonna use this. This is the head of the table. Put that there like that. Just make sure you got enough room to access that. I think we're going to put the pipe organ back a little bit. I don't want to grab a hold of it because it'll turn to the toy dispenser, and then I'll have to go back into the interior and do this whole process again. But I do have to find, here it is. Yeah, we're just going to put it right there for now. I know I said before, right now, but I changed my mind. All right. Let's get some, I'm going to get some knights. Also an accent decor. All right, what I want to do, we're going to have to put these candelabras back in. Just be careful when you're deleting things that you don't delete something that you're not supposed to. That looks good. That looks good. The only thing now is to bring those candelabras back in, I believe. Under electronics. Oh, while we're here, I might as well fix the carpet. Delete all the carpet. Find it again. All right, set it. One in the middle. Then do that. Now it'll be symmetrical. Now it's symmetrical. All right, now let's get our candelabras. All right, so you either want to have them both facing this way or this way. And I think we're going to have them face this way. So let's see first if we can get this to work. I don't think it will. It won't. So I'm just going to put them here again. I know I already said that, but we had to change things. All right, so carefully get rid of that. And now I think we are ready to save it. I don't think there's any other interior toys that we need. I think everything else is going to be in the exterior. So in order to get my favorites back, you'll notice that when you go into the interior and you come back out, you go to custom filters, your favorites are gone. Now, if you start going through and making more favorites, you're going to delete everything that you had as a favorite. So since I saved it, I'm going to reload it and I'll have all my favorites back, as long as I didn't make anything else a favorite. All right. So go back and custom filters, and the favorites are back. Now, I'm going to use the path creator to get rid of these pillars. and then just have them snap back. So how you want to do that, the part you're going to put in there, you want it to intersect with the moving piece. The only time you don't have to worry about that is when it's a flat piece. You know, flat wall, flat floor. Other than that, you want it to pass the direction. Or cross paths. You want to cross the strings, put it that way. There's that. And there's that. Alright, so the other thing you want to do, if there's multiple pieces, you want them to sync. So just take any logic toy, go to the green dot, and say reset and play. And then go through the trigger area or whatever it is that you use to set. So now they're both overlapped. And I might have to do that with the other one that was on top because oh, it works. All right, there's one. Yeah, we don't want them underneath. We don't. There's two. And I'm wondering. Yeah. I think it should be right like that. That way, it's less stuff that's going to be in our way. Just like that. All right, now we can carefully get rid of this path creator. Just don't delete those objects. So wait till they come back. Oh, I can't grab hold of it because I'm in the arch block and that takes priority. There we go. Now we want to do that to the other side. All right. And we're just going to move these out of the way. Come on. All right. Find something with logic. Arch block works. Realize a connection across the horizon. Go to the green dot. Reset and play. Get out of spark mode. Cross. Now they are synced up. Now just move these in place. One there. One there. All right, now they're symmetrical. And see if we can get a hold of this. I'm just going to wait. There we go. Boom. Back in place. Just like that. Now I'm going to go to Simple Toys. And now, because we need a door, we have options. We can get the automatic doors, which, if we do that, they're going to take up more space. So depending on how big you want your toy box, you might not want to use the double doors. But since we're just using one room, I'm going to use the double doors. So in our situation, the double doors are going to look better, but we do have alternatives. The alternatives are getting blocks like this. If you want them to move, I don't suggest using these. If they're not going to move, that's too light. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend simulated wood for anything. Plastic wood, I don't recommend for anything. Either of them. That might no. Don't ever use that. Don't ever use that. So you have Bright Tree Village. Depending on the skydome too, can change a whole lot. But what you want the grain to go up and down. That's the thing. So the best one, nope. So So you wouldn't use that. All right, let's get rid of that. I was thinking that you needed it straight up and down if you're going to use that. It's been a while. So Bright Tree Village will be vertical with these pieces. Yeah, so you'd use these. Okay. Or you can use Java's Great, which always works good. All right, so how would you get these in here? You'd use a path creator because issues, but issues with the collision, with the two different opposing pieces. Right, so you can do that, or again the double door, not Dumbledore, double door. So you go to Game Maker, up 3, head to the left, right there. Right, and then the trigger area allows you to put those in like that. And then the issue we're going to have, because it's such close quarters, is that this thing is going to constantly open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close. If that's not a problem, use that. It's going to be a problem for me. I'm just going to tell you right now. Because cramped quarters, nope. So let's set this door up on a path creator. And they're going to be sliding back and forth. Are you okay with that? I am. All right, so they're going to go like that, and just go over 2 like that. Make sure you got 2 of these. Line up the direction that you want them. I'm going to stick them like this. I'm going to put 1 here. And I'm going to put 1 here. And now, in order to get these, easiest way is to get the path creator, right? Go down to the block wall. Now look at that. In the menu, it says B cancel. I don't want B cancel, right? So what do? Hit Y. Now you can select the block wall. All right, so back to the path creator. Go down to the block wall. So that's how you swap. If it's connected, you can swap to the connected object. So we're going to do properties on the block wall, toy box path, and speed I'm going to say 50. Then I'm going to say movement style reverse one way and stop. All right, I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm going to the block wall, hit Y, and then properties, toy box path, speed 50, movement style, reverse one way and stop. And I'm going to use this one right here as our pivot point, if you want to call it a pivot point. And so toy box path, new logic connection, toy box path reversed. And I'm just going to say reversed on this one as well. I'm also, I think we're good for right now. Then I'm going to go to Game Maker, and I'm going to get these toys. Go up 3. Going to need a locator. You got a locator. All right, now go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to need dynamic trigger. We're going to need a time delayer. And we're going to need a button. But a button you can't change the text on. That's a big problem. That's a big problem without mods, because Disney took it away. And the reason they took it away is because they were afraid people were going to say bad words with the text. And no, they said no bad words, because, I mean, it was heavily moderated. You could not use the text unless you were online. It was governed by King Mickey during the heyday. So that's why they did it. But yeah, with mods we put it back in, but because I'm not using mods right now, we have another choice. We have an option. we can go to the thumbs up button, or the thumbs up toy. It's called a confirmer. By the way, if you like this, what I'm doing, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't, I will never make another one of these videos again, because feedback is the most important thing for a creator. It seriously is. It seriously is. Otherwise, that's why creators go get sponsors, so they can eat, and that's why a lot of them advertise crap that they'll never use, because people don't like, comment, and share. Anyway, I'm done with my spiel, and hopefully, because I never use this, hopefully I get this to work. All right, so the locator connection, we want to connect to this locator. Okay, then we want to go back to the the trigger again. Properties, trigger distance, we're going to say 1.5. Target, you have to say locator or it won't work. Other toys, doesn't matter. But this one and one of the cameras, you have to not only connect it, you have to tell it what to do. All right, so new logic connection, when you enter it, player, I'm going to say player, well, since you don't have multiplayer, let's player any, it doesn't matter. And you can go to the confirmer and proposal displayed. All right, all that's going to say is, are you sure? All right, new logic connection, exited, player any, go back over here, dismiss all. Okay, and before we get back into anything, let's go over here. Are you sure? Cancel. Are you sure? Cancel. Are you sure? Continue. All right, so this should work. New logic connection on the confirmer. New logic connection. Proposal accepted. Go over here and turn this off, because you don't want it to open and close the doors. This is our mechanic for the doors. So we're going to turn this off. All right. Also, new logic connection, text proposal accepted. Go over to the time delayer. Start delay. All right. New logic connection, delay completed. You're going to come back over here and turn this back on. All right. Go back to the time delayer. 5 might be good enough, depending on how fast the door is and the sound effects that you're using, because you want it to look real when you're opening it, or have some sense of realism. Otherwise, what's the point? All right, so did I connect? Yes. All right, so what we're going to do again with this, go back to here, new logic connection accepted. We're going to come over here and take this panel, 12x path, and reverse. Then come up here to this replayer, or time delayer, logic connection, delay completed, same one, 12x path, reverse. All right, now if we get a megaphone, what do you call them? A sound thingy. All right. And go to properties, and I always turn the speaker at locator off, because I use the same sound effects generator for multiple things, so I just turn that feature off. And I usually turn the volume to like 30, because these things, most of the sound effects are super loud. Not all of them, but most of them are. All right, so now what I want to do is go to the confirmer, new logic connection, accepted. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to say general. And depending on the kind of door, we have a couple things. We have the, I might have made that door too big, but so we can go, where's regular door open? Door open. Then the, we're going to need another time delayer. You know why? Because this door opening is the close thing is the closing of the door is quick. So new logic connection, delay completed on the first delayer. Go to the second one, start delay. All right, so that's gonna trigger the door to close. It's also going to trigger this, which is going to then go back here. All right, so new logic connection, delay completed. Come back over here. Now go to general. And then that's the one we're going to adjust if it doesn't, the sound doesn't sync up with the doors closing. Hopefully. It's probably not the best mechanic for a sliding door. I don't want creaky, I want regular door close. Where is it? Oh, it's in alphabetical order. Door close. All right, before we have, well, let's put it out here. No, we should be good. Where we set it right now. All right. Are you sure? If I say cancel, nothing happens. Are you sure? All right. So we need to, you hear it close. Yeah, normally it would be a single door, but whatever. So it made the sound too quickly. So I'm going to take this to 2. 2 is probably too much, but let's find out. Five seconds, it'll start to close. All right, so it was too late. So now let's go back over here. Properties, delay time, let's go 1.5. We can also change the speed of the doors a little bit if that's something we have to do. I just want good enough right now. I'm not going for perfection. Perfect. I got perfection. 1.5 is good. All right, another thing that we can do, which is going to set off, it's going to change the timer, but if you want some of the door jam to show, what you can do is go to properties on each of these and go to endpoint percentage. And let's see, I'm thinking, let's try 90 on both. Oh, not path grader. Endpoint percentage, 90. And see if it gives us some visible door sticking out. Not enough. All right, let's try 80. Come on. Nope. Notice, because it's not going a full distance, now we're going to have to adjust that time delayer again. But we want to get these fixed. So I'm going to go 10 more. Endpoint, we're going to take it to 70. Oops, that's 71. There we go. Too late now because it doesn't have that far to travel. Properties. Let's go 1. I think you can go increments of a quarter on some. I think that one you can go a quarter. So if we have to go 0.25, we can try that. Perfect. Okay, next. Let's put it back on this pipe organ. Now we can have it be wood. See what that looks like. It looks weird because the arch block, maybe not too weird. I think what I'm going to do is make some special pipes come out of that using the pillar blocks. But we also have this to deal with. And how are we going to circumvent this? Are we going to leave the arch, or are we going to put a wall here? Let's put a wall here. I know we put an arch block there, but let's fix this. All right, because I already have this set and I know what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these in place, and you'll see what I'm using these for in a second. Just make sure you get these lined up the right way. I'm going to need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Turn the corner. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, I'm going to need large block wall, and I'm going to take my chances and play it. Cardboard might work. You can always change it, but I was thinking more along the lines of that blue plaster, aqua stucco. All right. Oh. Ah! All right. Good. Just making sure I got it the right way. Now we need a bunch of path creators. And I want this to go right here. You're going to set right like that. You're going to set right like that. All right. And now I'm going to hook all 4 of these on each side. Start off the wall, and then with these smaller pieces. All of them. I get it. Come on. All right, that's one side done. See if I get an autosave. I got an autosave. Right, hook all of them up on this side. Okay. Let me save it for real. All right, so I'm going to show you a trick. All right, so you know the first thing you're going to grab a hold of. Oh. Did I delete the arch block? Oh, the arch block's behind it. Derp. All right, so we're good. We're golden. All right. So we're going to go properties on the large block wall and go movement style, reverse one way and stop. All right. Hit triangle or Y to go to the path creator. Go to the first short block wall. Properties, 12x path, and we're going to go vertical down 3. Right? Now we're going to go horizontal over 4. Take your pick, whether negative or positive. Horizontal might be the wrong one. Nope, it's the right one. So it's going to go over 4. And I'm seeing an issue here. No, don't worry about it. I see it, but reverse one way and stop. All right, back to the path creator. Go down to the second short block wall. Properties, 12x path, vertical down 3. Movement style, reverse one way and stop. Back to path creator and go to the last short block wall. Properties, 12x path, vertical down 3. Horizontal, +4. Movement style, reverse one way and stop. All right, so the issue that I see, it's not that big of a deal, but it is this block right here. So one of the things we can do is change this block to aqua stucco, since we're probably not going to use this unless you're no, you're not. You're not going to use this. So this is what I said originally. When you get to the end, you can start deleting things. If you know you're going to get rid of that, you can go ahead and get rid of that. For right now, though, I'm going to leave it there and just change these blocks to aqua stucco. It should blend better. If we get some Z fighting, then I'll have to tend to it differently, but I don't think we're going to get Z fighting. Nope, we have, it's perfect, right? Now we are missing something across the top, but we'll get to that. Let's take care of this side right here. New logic connection, out. All right, properties, 12x path, movement style, reverse one way and stop. All right, go to the path creator, first short block wall, same thing as before. Properties, 12x path, vertical down 3, horizontal, pick a distance, 4. I'm guessing that went to the right, so -4 should go to the other way. Yep. All right, just double checking. Reverse one way and stop. Path creator, second short block wall, properties, 12x path, vertical down 3, 1, 2, 3, movement style, reverse one way and stop. And the last one in the list right there, properties, 12x path, vertical down 3, and horizontal +4, movement style, reverse one way and stop. Now, ideally, we would want, or I personally would want, the trim from Asgard. So if we go up to Toy Origins and go up, Assault and Asgard, and get the Asgardian trim piece, ideally, I would want to do this. However, I don't think we can. So let's see if we can get that in place with a trigger area. We can. All right, let's make sure this is lined up. I think it is. All right. Things just got a whole lot easier, I think. And then my most used, make sure it's going the right direction. All right. And let's come down here and look at it in detail and see if it meets our standards. I think it does. Now, normally a wall like that probably wouldn't have the pillars, or the pillars wouldn't be brick. So this is where you can start, you know, monkeying about with the different textures. Fantasy Cottage Stucco is probably a really good one, I think. It's like plaster. That's up to you. You can have these walls bare brick, whatever you want. But I connected to the wrong one. But these things make a lot of noise. Since I have these connected, I'm going to get them out of the way. Not all of them make noise, but the time delayers make noise. And that gets to be annoying. I don't like it. So I am getting the time delayers. Actually, the whole package, I'm just moving out of the way. Now imagine doing an entire city with all these different connections, right? Yeah, you got to move every single one of them if you want it to be good. So usually people wait until the end. Now this, I'm sure I'm not gonna need this anymore, but this is another toy that makes noise. Bye. Doesn't need to make noise. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they did it, but they did. All right, so let's get rid of this trigger area. All right, let's continue theming everything to Fantasy Cottage Stucco. Not everything, but you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean, because sometimes I don't. Someone's gotta know what I mean. All right, we'll have to go outside or go into Sparklow and get some of these. Just be careful you don't interact with those trigger area or the path creators when you hit the Y button or before you hit the Y button. Otherwise, it'll send you your character all the way to the bottom of the toy box. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Are we good? We're good, except for these pieces. Now, to me, it looks unfinished. It looks like it should be something else. Maybe it should be aqua stucco. I've tried doing full tone aqua stucco, and it don't look right. Maybe there's a mediator. Maybe wood, but I don't want it to look the same as the door. So that's the thing. When you're using the Bright Tree Village as the door, you don't want the walls to be the door, or you don't want them to be the same. It's just you should not do that. Asgardian stone, how's that? What? Oh, that might yellow and blue. You want something that has some sort of texture to it that you don't have to, that you don't have to roll a saving throw in order to find it or to see it. Roll 1d20 in order to detect the texture on the wall. You wouldn't roll it. Yeah, you maybe roll a d20, 2d10. Remember that? Call a color. Blue. Wait a minute. Both of my d10s are red. You can't play. Can I borrow your dice? These are my dice. Buy your own. No. I shared my dice. Alright, now we gotta get back in the spark mode and change these beams. It's funny, I've never had a use for Asgardian stone ever, because it never looked right, depending on the skydome. The skydome can take all the detail away from a certain block. I've never had any use for it, but now guess what? Looks good to me. Looks really good. Yeah, I've never had it look that good. All right, so now, I mean, there's still some bland to it, but I think we're good. We will change the skydome. We will cycle through and see what the best ones we get are, but I want to try doing something behind this organ. I don't want that. I want to save it. Because, behind a pipe organ is usually more pipes. I know there's pipes on it, but we're going to try to beef these out. All right, so let's get Path Creator. I'm going to stick it right here like that. Go to Simple Toys. right? And then what we want are 3 of these columns, but we don't want them to be wood. We want them to be maybe gold gloss, depending on the skydome, will determine whether or not it looks like gold gloss or yellow. All right, we're gonna hook all 3 of these up. Come on. Like this. Like that. All right. Dodge the connection, control the camera. All right, go back to the path creator with Y, go to the first column, properties, toybox path. What we want to do is we want to pop it out a bit. Right, we don't want it to go through the organ. Because if I say movement style, reverse one way and stop, we might have a bit of an issue. Yeah, so it's pretty much going through the organ. You can see it. We don't want that. All right, first column, properties, toolbox path. So we want it to start moving again, so it'll move. And we want it to back out. So we want, I said on horizontal, nope, it's on forward, backward. So just an odd number, right? So we want it to be +1. Reverse one way and stop. All right, go to the second column, properties, toolbox path. All right, forward +1. Now we want to move it over probably 3, and then vertical down. Take your pick. 3. I'm going to say 3. All right, gotta make sure I get the right one. For some reason I canceled out of it. I don't know why. Forward +1. Horizontal over 3. Vertical down 3. Reverse one way and stop, and see if it's good enough. See if we have to adjust it or something. I'm gonna bring them in. That's too much. That's too much of a gap. All right, so instead of horizontal 3, I'm going to say 2. Which one was it? The second one or the third one? I want to guess second one. Nope. Third one. All right, let's do something to reset that. Oh, I didn't want buildings. I want game maker. This will work. I don't care. Just something to reset that. All right, let's get in here and see what it looks like. All right, let's bring this dot down 1. Bring you down 1 as well. Reset it again. All right, those are down too far. All right, say vertical 2. set it again. All right, I think that's a little bit better. I only wish it looked more gold, but it is what it is. Or if they were skinnier. All right, one more thing that we can do, and that is with the Asgard pillar. Give it a little bit more flavor. Hopefully it'll work. Decorate. Nope. I went too far. Decorations. Move up one and get T4. T4. Yep, right, like T4 right there. Terrain 4. All right, let's go to the Asgard pillar, and I'm going to set the theme. And we're going to do our old trick, but right now I want to figure out how I'm going to position these. I think we're just going to have it stick up, but I'm going to have this, I think, right in the corners, right like that. There's a couple options, but I don't want it to... Ooh. All right, let's put it in there halfway like that. See, it doesn't hide the candelabra. See, the base will hide the candelabra, so we're going to stick it down like that. All right, so what we're going to do is going to put one down, put a second one down, and undo. All right, this makes this a piece with collision that is not technically real. All right, just make sure we get this lined up in the right spot. Is it still visible? That's a question. If it's not visible, there's no point in doing it, you know? All right, so you know I have that thick pillar. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Just putting it down and then backing out. All right, now I'm going to put the final one down. I'm going to come over to that and I'm going to theme all. Now, trust me on this. Even though you can grab a hold of these, see that box, right? They're not real. They're not real. They have boundaries and collision and all that, but they're not real. If I save it and reload it, they will not be there. There's one final thing that we need to do, but because I don't have these in the right spot anyway, I might as well try this again. And I should have saved it. All right, where's my last autosave? Because I just deleted the wrong piece. All right, 7:03, a minute ago. So we should be good. If not, then I'm going to scream. We should be we should be good to go. Yep. I want it. I might have to move the candelabras. All right, let's set these again. I want to get it in the right spot. Because when you get them in there, it looks so good. Well, maybe. All right, maybe I'm going to have to move the candelabra. Or maybe put them in the, maybe put them in here. Let's try it. Maybe none of it's going to work. Maybe it's all going to look like nothing that we want. but it's worth trying. All right, put last one down. Theme all. Now what we do, we go in here, is you individually theme each one, otherwise they won't stay. Is it right like that? Okay. Now imagine doing this with 50 different cluster types. Very fun. That's how the Death Star was made. Just saying. All right, so there was something naked here, and probably another one of those. But I do see some sky up there. We do have to hide where the sky is visible. Where is that? Right here, I think. So if I just get... Actually, 6, right? Now, if I'm going to put another building up on top, then I might not do... Yeah, I would. I would do this. I would. Never mind. I would do the same thing that I'm doing now. Just getting the 6 by 6 flat block, sticking it right on top, right? And then theming it to whatever you want. Not sure what's going to make sense due to the limitations that we have here with the with Disney Infinity. Yeah, you're gonna have to take your pick. What do you want? What do you want to use? What's the bottom one? Yeah, Dusty Crop-Hopper. You know, use the same thing. Yeah, we should get something to deck the halls. And I'm thinking maybe... Oh yeah, that will work. That will work. All right, check this out. Let me get T4 again. All right, and just put it down and backed it out. We're going to have 2 more of these right up against the front and back arches. Just got to get them lined up perfectly. Now, in this case, do we want the bottom piece or not? I think I can see it. No, we're gonna have it the same way. Hopefully we can see it. All right, it's on the outside. I feel like this is where I put it before. All right, find the Asgard and theme all. Oh, we got it, delete it, and then individually theme the new ones that we just put in. But before I think that works. What it just takes the sameness. It takes the sameness away, if that makes sense. All right. 1. I think we got it. We got it? Yes. 2. 3. 4. All right, now the only thing left is a chandelier, which the only way I know how to make a chandelier without mods is Simple Toys and just get, you know, it's like going into a grocery store or drugstore. You look up and it has those black upside down domes. That's the only way. That's the only thing I can think of. Right? So if we want to go disco ball, I don't know, it might not float your boat. You might leave well enough alone and not do anything. That's perfectly all right. But we want it to go, let's see, I think what we can do, I think we can avoid using the path creator and just stick that up there, unless you want it to go up and not be as big. If that's too big, which I think it is too big, then you're going to have to use the path creator. Right, now I want to get rid of that. Alright, so is it poking through? Nope, I'm going to have to drop it down. That should be enough. If I just say reverse one way and stop. That should be enough. Yeah. I still feel like I'm missing another piece of the puzzle here. Alright, let's go to Simple Toys and get the trim. Let's theme this. Well, even if we theme it to the same as the other thing, it just gives it a little bit more. I think it's going to give it a little bit more dynamite, so to speak, breaking up the monotony. So even if I stick it in there like right like that, so another path creator. I think it went down like that. So now it's going to hide. Oh, whatever. I think this is where we want it. Now let's look. No. Now that looks stupid. Alright. I don't want that there. Let's try. I want it like right up here. All right, let's put auto start on. Let's try it again. So I think I'm gonna have to move it around. Maybe not. Oops. Properties, auto start off, disconnect, reconnect. It's kind of weird because we already established that we're using that. It's almost like, hey, I'm in a pyramid. Let's use, can we use the, Oh, the Bright Tree Hut Village, the same as we used for the door. Maybe nobody will notice. No, we already used it for the baseboard. All right, I think that's good. I think that's good. You might be able, get away with using that, but it won't. It'll cut off the arch. So, I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. Let's disconnect this. Trigger area. Toy origin. Come on. Up. Come on. No, it doesn't work. It don't work. Oh, what's that? What if I change that? All right, so that works. Let me try one more thing. Let's try Java's Palace. That strangely works as well. All right, so we have two. I want to try. What was the other one I was going to try? Just gold. What about Asgardian? See, depending on the skydome, though, that'll appear black. And I kind of don't want that. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work. All right, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. 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 Come down here. Get rid of that. Make it invisible. Grab a hold of it. Bring it up in here. Find the door. Right like that. Change the skydome because it's too bright. What are we going to change it to? Probably Death Star. Try Death Star first. Just don't go outside and you'll be alright. I said don't go outside and you'll be alright. All right, feel free. Yeah, feel free to. It's hard to get these pieces to do something, to look right. Just doesn't look right. With pillars, I could not get anything else to look right. The Java ceiling, Java's great on the ceiling, might look okay, but changing the pillars and all that, I can't find anything that fits. And this is the best fit. Yeah, that looks like an elaborate ceiling, but other than that, don't touch anything if you're going to have vaults. So that looks the best for the vault. That looks, and everything else falls in place with that. Now, one more skydome I want to check out. That doesn't look half bad. What do you think? Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you've tried this, what you think. The only thing about this skydome is the disco ball doesn't work with the Syndrome. We also have power discs, if you have power discs. That's pretty neat. Just don't go outside. Yeah, Felucia makes it look really nice. Anyway, play around with it. Let me know what you think. What did you come up with? Let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, I'm going to bid you adieu. And remember to keep on building. And I'll see you guys in the next episodes.